Hello, and welcome back to Violet Memoir. We're still doing, I don't know, we're kind of just hanging out, I guess. We're less doing school project stuff and more doing whatever. Oh, wait, give me one moment. I need to adjust my mic just a little bit. Just a little bit, guys. That's the Oscar I remember from the first day. The handsome stranger who saw someone in distress and decided to help. He's got a weird way of doing it, and he often hides behind flirting, but it wouldn't be him without it. The diary just got me thinking about about my mom. We're a bit close, but this is making me think we should try to be closer. The smile never leaves his face in the usual Oscar fashion, but his eyes widen in surprise. It's only a small amount, but anything other than his usual smug, happy aura stands out with immense prominence. Are you close with yours? With anyone else, I'd be worried this might be a bad thing to ask, but with Oscar, I feel like I can tell him anything, and he'll be okay with it. Everything about him is always screaming, "Ask me anything." He proves my assumption correct, as only his eyebrows raise, giving his face a curious tint, like the fact that I asked it, like the fact that I asked is more amusing than the question itself. I'm not sure which part is caught his attention, but it seems to have interested him. Yes, sorry. We're not super close. We're family and I love Ma and Pa. But we don't talk often. We call every couple of weeks. Don't look so down about it, bro. It's just how we are. I feel closer to the swim team than I do my own folks. I know it's not my fault. I know it's not my family or life, but something about that just makes me very sad. I don't even notice my ears are drooping until Oscar starts to ruffle my head fur, causing me to squirm and giggle. You know, you're a strange dude, Wallace. Huh? People don't really ask me things. Well, they don't normally ask about me. They typically just ask me about to do things. To them, mostly. What about, I still don't know how to pronounce this lad's name. What, Selwyn? Selwyn. Let's go back to that. You guys look like good friends. He chuckles at that, and it's filled with fondness, a warmth that only comes with familiarity, like he's thinking about someone he cares about more than just a simple friend. They must be a lot closer than I thought. Memories of Marcus suddenly come flooding back, and I have to force myself to push them away. I can't think of that right now. It's in the past, and I gotta focus on the now, right? Selwyn's great, but he doesn't talk a lot. We don't talk about our feelings often. Brings the mood down. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. With emotions so fluid and sharp that it has to be practice, he wraps around the back of my chest and pulls me forward, forcing me to slouch forward. Okay. In the next moment, Oscar is leaning forward and our faces are only inches apart. His eyes are half-lidded and his smile is more of a smirk. I know he'll play innocent if I point it out, but the sensuality of his expression causes blood to rush to my face. My breath hitches and comes out with a shudder. His eyes glow and shimmer like the ocean. We just passed by this morning. It's a shame that we don't have better lighting in the library. I bet those eyes would sparkle in the sun. I'm cheering you up, so don't feel sorry, okay? Right, okay. I'm trying to think of anything else to say, but I can't stop myself from being hyper aware of just how close his face is to mine. A glimmer catches my eye, and I see Oscar's blue teardrop necklace swaying back and forth under his chin, the light bouncing off it like a mirror. It looks truly beautiful. I know it's a touchy subject, so I won't ask why he wears it. Not yet, at least, but I am still curious about it. He's such an open book in most aspects that it's strange he's keeping this single thing such a mystery. It must be something really impactful to him. Oh god, excuse me. Sorry, guys. It's really beautiful. Me or the necklace? That catches me off guard, and I can't help but let out a a little laugh. He joins in, and the distance between us doesn't have as much tension anymore. Both good and bad. Back it up, you two. Lily's voice has an out of character tone of amusement flooding through his voice, and when I look over to him, it's clear that neither Lucas or Lele are focusing on their work at all. At least Lele is trying to look nonchalant. Lucas is just staring right at us, looking mesmerized like he's watching fireworks. Regardless, Oscar takes the hint and leans back to his... but he keeps himself crouched closer to my height. Despite his best attempts, he's still having to look down on me. He's holding the teardrop now, and the gentle grasp he has is like a tiny glimpse into the softer side of Oscar. I know is there because I've experienced it. The little side that other people don't give much of a chance. I mean it. It really is breathtaking. He scoffs at that, and but I can see his smile widening further. Even though it grows, it somehow feels sadder than just moments ago, like he's lost in bittersweet memory. It's not enough to ruin the mood, but it is noticeable compared to his usual demeanor. I'm pretty sure it's just glass. Nothing special, man. It's not just the design that makes it beautiful, but it's very clear it means a lot to you, and that's what makes it stand out. He considers that as his eyes look away from the necklace and towards me. I can feel them scanning over my body as I'm searching for something. I don't have to worry what he's trying to find for long. Do you have anything you carry on you? My mind instantly remembers a few words on screen. A single message I still haven't deleted, despite the way it makes my phone weigh as so much more. Nothing like that. I've never really had an accessory. I think you'd look really cute with an earring. For the first time since I've met Oscar, his flirting feels out of place, like he's forcing himself to do it. Like he's trying to distract me so I don't notice something, or so I don't pry any further. Oscar, are you okay? Ever since yesterday, you've been acting strange. You don't have to act like nothing's wrong all the time. Things get hard for everyone at some point. Oscar looks towards the others for a moment, both of which are looking towards their devices in an attempt to act like they're not listening, before looking back at me with a tired look on his face. Listen, Wallace, man, I don't really like thinking about negative stuff like that. I'd just rather not think about it at all. Get it? But you shouldn't just push it all down and ignore it. That's just going to make things worse. But then he gives me a massive smile and gives a playful thump to my shoulder. It's soft, so gentle that I'm surprised someone with Oscar's muscles can even be that restrained. I've never been an emotional kind of guy. I know that's a bit weird, but it's just always who I've been. No need to change that now, right? Something about that doesn't sit right. I can't argue with someone saying that that would rather not feel things at all. That can't be healthy, but I can't just tell him how to live his life. He must have caught something in my expression too, because his face softens, and he looks at me with an amount of confusion I've never seen on his face before. It's like I'm the one who's being abnormal and weird here. You're so strange. Always trying to look out for me. Should just enjoy the eye candy and have fun. That's what everyone else does. He gives a resounding sigh that sounds booming coming from his wide chest, and he gives me another smile, this one more fragile than all of the others. It's more of a peek through the cracks of his smiling mask. Okay, you win. I'll tell you about this. He lifts up his blue teardrop necklace between our faces. I can see a distorted version of Oscar's lips through the glass. It makes his entire body look blue and wobbly, like he's out of the water. But not today. It's not a fun topic, and I might need a few drinks first. I can't stop a smile from stretching across my face when he sees that. A gleam shimmers in the oceans of his eyes, and that fragile smile shatters into his wonderful full grin. Are you two done fighting now? Lucas's unsure voice echoes through the room. The only noise following it is whisper from Lele before a look of understanding crosses the fox's face. Sorry, thought you two were fighting. Didn't know you were flirting. My bad. And then, as if that's the tipping point, Oscar falls back in his chair laughing, while Lele tries to keep himself dignified by holding his smile. That leaves clearing things up to me. Lucas, we weren't flirting.
Wait, we weren't?
We were just having a conversation. He cheered me up. And he did it not just by being himself, but he opened up to me, even if it just a tiny bit. I don't know Oscar too well, but that feels very important.
Speaking of having a conversation, I'm thinking of going around on the football field tomorrow and see if I can't catch one of the guys who knows Conrad before they have practice. You want to come with? It'll have a lot of hot guys.
He flashes me a wink, and I blurt out the first thing that pops into my head without thinking. I'm pretty sure you're more ripped than most of the guys on that team. I'm not sure why I said that, and what response I expect out of Oscar, but the way he completely beams, I think it's pretty clear he's very happy with what he's hearing. I definitely buried my own grave.
I bet I'm hotter than them, too. Look at this.
Oscar reaches down and grips the bottom of his shirt. He's about to lift it up when Lele interrupts without any hesitation.
Oscar, not the time.
That only causes Oscar to roll his eyes and stand up, forcing me to look up to maintain eye contact. The perspective is making his chest look even larger, and I will bet my entire life savings he's doing this on purpose.
You gonna come?
What?
To find the football bruise. To find information on Badger Boy between all of the hot eye candy.
I think just finding the information is enough. The way Oscar's smile perks up at Lele's tone, I can't help but wonder just how well he knows how to push everyone's buttons. He seems to know how to get under Lele's skin, especially, though I don't think the possum is particularly upset. Yeah, sure. Not the staring at the boys part, but the gathering information part.
Right. Who needs to stare at guys when you got the hottest guy in front of you?
He's about to walk away before he stops, and there's a moment where he glances at the diary, but only for a second before his attention is back on me.
If what was in the diary bothers you, do something about it then. Less thinking and more doing. Give them a call. Thinking before acting is much less fun, and you always end up talking yourself out of doing anything.
He gives me a wink before walking towards the other guys, his thick tail rubbing along my neck before the sensation disappears completely. It's hard to think of all of this with the feeling of his short, coarse fur grinding against the skin of my neck. But in a strange way, he looks happier than he did earlier today. I hope that even just the prospect of talking about things took away some weight from him. Regardless of everything, Oscar's relationship with the rest of the group has improved. He was always on good terms with Lily and myself, but now Lucas doesn't seem to mind him as much, and there's an almost playfulness to the way that Lele and him bicker, even if he still means it. I don't think he'll ever truly approve of him, but it's a start. Looking down at my phone, I open my mother's number and stare at it for a few moments before I get up and walk down one of the aisles. I'm almost in the clear when I see Lele's eyes staring directly at me. There's a moment that I'm worried. He's going to stop, but he just looks down towards his phone once more. Being the quiet type is definitely a blessing sometimes. It doesn't take long. It doesn't look like there's anyone in this section. Looking at books, I think there's about Icelandic history? Okay. I suppose this isn't a popular section, but that's good for me. I just want to make a phone call. Bringing up my mother's phone, there's a familiar sinking feeling in my stomach, and I begin to feel dizzy, but I push it away. I can't let that night stop me from calling my mother forever. It rings for almost 20 seconds before she picks up. She might be at work right now. Hopefully it isn't too busy. Hearing her voice through the phone brings a flood of emotions, a mixture of relief, warmth, and embarrassment. Hey, baby. What's wrong? I haven't heard from you in a few days. Everything going all right? Oh, my mouth feels so dry all of a sudden, and forming words is a lot harder now. After taking a deep breath, I'm able to pull myself together. It's going good. I just thought I should give you a call. We haven't called in a while, and I was scared I might be worrying you. I hope I'm not causing you problems at work. Oh, baby, no. We're not busy right now, and I'll always make time for you. It helps that you're married to the boss. I'm able to hear her soft chuckle through the phone, and for some reason that causes all the tension in my body to fall away. It melts away like ice cream on a summer day, unable to handle that wonderful warmth. That certainly helps, and I'm always worried about you. I just thought you'd be settling in, and I didn't want to stress you out. Mom, if you ever need to talk, you know both your father and I are always here. Despite myself, I can't stop myself from smiling and my eyes from getting misty. There's so much I want to say, but nothing comes out of my mouth. It's like my voice has been stripped away. We love you, baby. You mean the world to us. I love you too. I'm barely able to croak it out. The words are hoarse and I can't stop the wobbling in my voice. I hope it doesn't worry them too much. So, what's bothering you? Nothing wrong. Nothing's wrong. I just saw something and it made me want to call you. To let you know that I love you. Aw, baby. You don't know how much that means to us. That includes your father, too. There's that soft chuckle again, and I can't stop myself from joining her. It's more somber now, and I can feel a warm tear wetting my cheek fur. After Marcus, you stopped talking to us as much, and we didn't want to push you, but we were scared we weren't doing enough. That causes my breath to hitch and makes my blood run cold. Surely they can't think that I blame them for what happened. No. You two were perfect. I just needed time. I think I still need time. Of course. Take as long as you need, but don't be scared to call us if you need help. If you need us, okay? I won't. I promise. That's my boy. Now, have you made any friends? Yeah, I have. Oh, okay, we just fade. All right. Hanging up the phone, it's like a weight has been thrown off my chest, and I can finally breathe for the first time in years. It's an amazement that I'm not heaving. Wait, it's an amazement? Amazement. Wait. It's an amazement that I'm not heaving. Is that how that's supposed to be phrased? Oh no. It's just a simple phone call, just a tiny chat between mother and son. But it feels like so much more than that, like it had been the first time in a long time that we truly talked to each other. After all of the hassle this diary has given me, I can't help but feel a little grateful for finding this thing. I'm not sure I would have had the strength to call them otherwise. I wouldn't call it a blessing, but I am glad for it at the moment. It's strange, just how relieved I'm feeling about the whole thing. It doesn't fix everything, but it does make me feel a lot better about before. I'm about to head back towards the group when I notice something outside the window, something very concerning. It's Lily. Except she's not looking like herself. She's still talking on the phone, but she seems upset. She's covering the phone like she's trying to hide what she's saying, and the fur under her eyes look wet. I wouldn't say she's crying as much as her eyes are watering. There's a solemn aura around her, like the phone call is actively draining all of her playful energy. It's so different from how she normally is that, for a moment, I think it might be someone else, but the Shiba Inu wearing a yellow cardigan is too recognizable. And just like that, she ends the call, wiping her red eyes with her free arm, and I can feel my chest tighten because there's someone there, a friend who needs help. Bile raises up in my throat as the memory of the cold night on the beach floods through me. The salty smell of the beach makes me feel lightheaded. I have to steady myself on the bookshelf to stop myself from kneeling over and vomiting on the floor. When I look up, Lily's walking away along the side of the building. Her movements are stiff, and she's still clutching her phone in her hand. She occasionally stops to take a deep breath, and clear herself up. It's a sad, lonely sight. No matter what it takes, I won't let someone who needs my help go through things alone. Not again. Never again. With unsteady steps, my head spinning in a dizzy frenzy, I manage to go back to the others. By the time I arrive, I'm walking straight enough to hopefully not rouse any attention. Alright, I'll end the part here, everyone. So I'll see you guys around.